Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
We are here in Hammond, Louisiana.
Yes.
Woo!
Woo, woo.
Doing a Take Charge movement. I tell you,
Yes,
I am
God.
so excited because I've been doing it virtual, but now I have somebody with me, side by side, Sister B.
on,
Back at it
come on.
again, tag teaming it in the name of Jesus for the
Yes,
kingdom.
For the kingdom. Yes, God.
So we're going to ask people to come on, turn it down a little bit. Ask people to come on, and then we're going to just keep it moving. But right now, just share.
Share.
Listen, share.
Yes, share.
Let everybody know we are on. We're coming with the real talk. We
Come
coming
on.
with the truth.
Yes,
We coming
Lord.
with the word of God. And we're going to talk about being an armor bearer.
Come on.
And I'm saying 101, but this might be 5.0.
We'll stick to 101.
We're going to stick to 101,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll stick
I'm
to
saying
101.
101. So give me a minute real quick. I'm getting ready to share. I guess I'm going to share if I could get on here. You on already?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to start sharing with people. Yeah. Okay. Mine is not working. But anyway, you guys on here. And so I'm just grateful
Yes,
to
God.
be here today. I'm excited. You know what God is doing, what he's getting ready to do. And it's getting ready to get big.
Yes,
It's
it
getting
is.
ready to be
Yes,
big.
it is.
I tell you,
Yes, it is.
for the body of Christ,
Yes.
it is our time to stand up and sound the alarm that Jesus is King.
That's right.
And because
That's right.
Jesus is King, like the Romans 8:28, all things is gonna work out for our good.
our good.
So
That's
it don't
right.
matter what with the pandemic and everything that's going on,
That's right. That's
and
right.
what we see and the lack and the deaths or whatever. We pray for it, but we know it's gonna work out for our good.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so we give God the praise and glory. So we're getting ready to get started. I have somebody here that's an awesome woman of God. Backstory, she's been knowing me since I was a little girl, being bad, doing my own thing. And it's amazing. And some people might say, you don't want to tell this, but I got to tell anyway. Anyway, that's just who I am. So
God be the
anyway,
glory.
let me get this straight with the comments. See what you got, because we want to answer a few questions.
Yes.
She was dating my uncle at the time, and of course I was being bad. I really was. And it's so funny because it's like she watched over me way back then.
Yes.
Way back then when I wanted to do my thing. I'm just keeping it PG.
Yeah. Keep it
And
PG.
she would drive me and bring my cousin, and watch over us, And so God was already working it out then.
Yes.
So the only thing we
Yes.
did was we switched to the kingdom.
That's right.
From the kingdom of darkness to the kingdom of
Kingdom of
light.
light.
So,
That's right. That's right.
So it's not like this her first rodeo with me. She's
Come on.
been doing
It's
it.
just an easier rodeo.
It's an easier rodeo. Because, oh, baby, let me tell you. I don't even want to talk about it. Nobody but God. You hear me?
Yes,
Nobody
yes,
but God.
Yes, nobody but God.
Okay, it's finally coming up. So let me do this real quick while you guys are inviting people.
Yes, yes.
I think I'm going to do it.
Invite.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's not working. So we're just going to go on. But I am so glad to be here on a serious note with Sister B. I tell you, we've been through a lot together. The good, the bad, as they say, and the ugly.
That's right.
And so that's one thing with an armor bearer. Hey, every day is not going to be a good day.
That's right.
There's going to be a day when it's a mad day on my end or her end.
That's right.
So can we keep our integrity,
That's it.
our word, our character,
That's right.
to say, you know what? We have an assignment to do.
That's right.
So we got to put that aside
Side.
and
That's
do
right.
the assignment,
That's
because
right.
it's not about us.
That's right.
It's about the kingdom and
That's
people
right.
that are coming in. Because you know what? People watching.
Oh, are they watching?
They watching. I tell you, they
Oh,
watching.
Talking.
They talking and watching.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how people have approached, and we probably will get to that approach, you and myself, like, wow, you got a real armor bearer.
Yeah.
It's not the one that just, bring the water.
Right.
It ain't about bringing water. It's not about holding the Bible. It's deeper than that.
That's right.
It's
That's
deeper
right.
than that, and
And
we're
you're
going to
so
talk
right.
about that.
And you're so right.
Now, my dad is trying to call me in the middle of the live. I love you, Daddy, but not now. But okay, we're going to get to it.
Yes.
The first thing I want you to do is introduce yourself.
Hello. I am Minister Bridget Dunn. It's not a lot of introducing I can do. because that I'm just me. But I thank God that He has brought me and kept me, and I've come through a lot. I've seen a lot, and I'm just grateful that I'm still here to tell about it.
Amen.
So my past and my present, all that is irrelevant, because all I need you to know is I'm a child of God.
My God.
And I'm doing His work.
That's it.
And that's just who I am. My love for people is great because He loves everybody. And I've always asked Him to give me His heart.
Wow.
And that's what He has done.
Wow.
So that's me.
That's you.
In a nutshell.
You don't need no big introduction because it's all about God.
It's not me.
That's right. That's right. And it's amazing because sometimes we do stuff and you look back and like, did I do that?
Right.
That was the help of the Lord.
Yes, it was.
So secondly, when did you know God was calling you?
Well, it was like when I was in my 30s and I was visiting churches, out of the state and stuff. God would put me in positions, and I was saying, well, I'm not worthy, and people would pull me in and ask me, can you armor bear this person? I'm like, I don't even know what an armor bearer is. Why you think that I am worthy, of doing something like this? I was just getting started.
Right.
I was saved and all, but I ain't nothing about no armor bearer. But it was like I just fell into place,
Right.
It just worked, and there was no mistakes, and so gradually it was like, okay, well, maybe I do have armor bearer material, because I'm plain and simple, and I fight a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna be honest about that.
Right.
I run,
Right.
when it gets serious, I used to run.
Right.
But when God started charging me with preachers, it's like every time I went to church, I felt drawn to pray.
Wow.
When the pastor is preaching. So I just was like, okay, God, what's really going on? Because, back then people think you be trying to get next.
To that's
the leaders.
good. That's good.
They think you come in trying to get next to the leaders, when for me it wasn't about that.
Right.
I was just doing what my unction that God in my spirit was saying do. And that's all. And He's given me favor.
Wow.
With a lot of leaders. You wouldn't believe the leaders that I've had to armor bear.
Wow.
And wasn't even titled.
My God. Now that's good right there. You saying something right there. You did it without the title. Come on, talk about it.
So by the time I went to class and went to school and got the red card, I was already there.
My God.
I guess I just pepped it up a little bit when I went to school to make it official.
Yes.
But and back in 2004, a lady called Francine Riley. I never knew what she meant.
Right.
She told me I was charged.
Mm.
And my charge for the elder, the apostle, the preacher, that the same charge that God gave them, I was gonna pay like, and I'm saying I'm none of them. Why do I have to pay such a great price? And I'm nobody. But I was charged to cover them.
Wow.
So whatever price you pay, I got to pay.
You got to pay.
And it all made sense.
My God, my God. And we're going to talk about how when I would go places, I say used to, let me fix that.
Yeah.
When I go places,
Thank you.
how you have to be the seer also.
That's right.
And so how you would go before me. I would sit in the car and wait.
That's right.
And you would make sure that you cleaned the debris if there were any.
That's right.
Before I even got out. So the assignment
That's right.
would be easier.
That's right.
Oh, God.
That's
you
right.
want to talk about it a bit?
Because as an armor bearer, a true armor bearer is supposed to go in. She's supposed to set the atmosphere for her leader to come in and just do what they have to do. You have to make sure everybody's in place, and you have to let them know, I am her covering.
My God.
And this is what she needs. This is what I'm asking y'all to do. And I don't need no, it's not about y'all today. It's about her because she's a speaker. And not being rude, but I have to set the understanding so they won't get out of place.
Right.
So when I go in, I walk, I pray, and then I make sure you have your water, you have everything you need.
Right.
Because they don't know. And, and you thank them for trying, but you have to set that atmosphere that you don't need anything when I get you out that car and bring you in the house.
No distraction.
No distractions.
My God.
And that's what it's supposed to do. I'm really, even if it's close, I'm supposed to, before you even go, I'm supposed to go find the church, find the directions, and get
Come
there,
on.
set the atmosphere before the day even come.
My God. So
But
you
people
already
don't
got to
do
be
that.
in prayer.
You got to already be in prayer. You have to already be set, because as an armor bearer, you have to be charged. Because there is never a time where you speaking that you get your charge from me. You get your restoring from me.
My God.
You should never run out, faint, and fall out. You should never have to do that, because I'm supposed to be in a position to cover you and the atmosphere around you, so you should never be faint.
Wow.
You should never get tired, because that's the kind of atmosphere an armor bearer is supposed to set for the leader.
Wow. And I think my husband went through that at one time, and the older lady was talking about it. I had to leave.
Yeah.
And at the time I was, acting as, in a
His
sense, his covering, his armor bearer. And she was like, don't you ever do that.
Right.
Because he had got weak. And now I understand what she was talking about.
Yes.
Because everybody was pulling on it.
Pulling on it.
You
That's
know,
right.
maybe not in a negative way, but they were pulling on him because they needed a healing. They needed a breakthrough. And they felt that it was going to come through him.
That's right.
And so I had to learn that. And
That's
I thank God that, through the years, that God has allowed us, to be connected.
That's right.
And so that I have somebody to cover, because I've been that road before.
Yeah.
So whereas where you think you have somebody and you don't have nobody,
That's right.
and that's real talk.
That
Everybody
is.
that say, oh, God is showing me for you to be my armor bearer, or God showing me I'm going to be your armor bearer, God showed me, but you can't even come through for the small things.
That's right.
You can't come through
real.
for the small. If you can't come through for the small things, baby, this is serious.
It really is. It really is, because I don't know if you might not remember, but before I even joined y'all church at where the Boys and Girls Club was,
Right.
That's when God gave me the thing to teach armor bearers. Because one service I was having revival, and your armor bearers was sitting up in the front, caught up in the service, and the enemy was attacking you in the back, and I had to run and catch you before you hit the floor.
I remember that, baby.
Because they were caught up in this instead of tuned into you.
Right.
As an armor bearer, and the enemy was attacking you way in the back.
My God.
So you have to be on point. You have to be, your spirit and your integrity have to be so high till you can feel. Like one service, you had a headache and you kept saying you was good, and I kept telling you
that okay?
No, you was not good.
You kept telling me that I had a headache.
You had a headache, but that's how in tune.
That's right.
You has to be, because you just doing God's work.
Right.
But I have to be your eyes and your ears to know when enough is enough.
That's right.
And when to give you and make sometimes, because our leaders won't, they the leader.
Right.
So they're going to say, I got this. But as an armor bearer, I got to tell you, no, you don't. I got to step in and take control right now.
And that's why I have to humble myself too.
That's where
to
the
be
armor
submissive.
To be submissive.
Wow.
Because the armor bearer has a charge over
My
you.
God. My God. Whew. It's getting deep.
And most leaders don't want to be submissive to the armor bearer, because they feel like they're higher than them. You're supposed to just tote my Bible and wipe my face. I shouldn't be submissive to you. Well, you can't get what you need from your armor bearer if both of y'all are not submissive to each other.
To each other.
To each other.
Wow.
There's a balance. Nobody's too high.
Too high.
I don't care what your title is. There's going to come a time where the enemy is going to get you. You will not be in a place to save yourself.
My God. And that I remember Juanita Bynum talking about that her armor bearer that had been with all those years say, come here, let me talk to you a little bit.
Right.
And she had to actually kind of listen.
That's right.
Because sometimes we get so caught up, we can't really hear.
That's right.
And so God will send you, the armor bearer,
that's right,
to hear for us.
That's right.
And
that's
some
right.
things, like I said before, and we got a long way to go, and we ain't got but a little time, but we're going to
that's
talk
right.
about
Come
it.
on.
We got to talk about it today. Some things that God show you in the spirit, or some things you hear, you don't even tell me.
That's right. That's right. It ain't worth telling you, because I'm supposed to take control of that. I'm supposed to handle that.
My God.
I'll tell you about it later, but at that moment, I know you're not in a place to handle it. So that's my charge.
My God.
Because I am your covering.
My God. This is awesome.
Your armor bearer is your covering. So she is supposed to take care of some things that even the deacons, even the ministers in the church, can't even see. She's supposed to handle that. Or he's supposed to handle that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then talk about it later with the leaders.
Right.
You know, and let them know this happened, that happened, this is why I did this.
Absolutely. Wow. This is awesome.
I did it for your good. It wasn't because I was trying to be seen.
Right.
I did it for your good. I wasn't being subordinate. I wasn't trying to be over you. But I had to take a stand and say, in order to save you, I had to do this.
Wow. Just like with Jonathan and David.
That's
David
right.
say, your daddy upset with me? Jonathan said, I wouldn't know that.
Hmm.
But once he found out, he was like, oh, I got to save David.
Thank you.
I got to save
you. Got to save.
I got to save. It
Got
can't
to
go
save.
down
That's
like
what Daddy
this.
saying. It ain't
Daddy
going
or
down
not.
like this. That's
And
right.
it doesn't matter the relationship.
That's
if
right.
it's wrong, it's wrong.
Wrong is
And
wrong.
let me get on because this ain't even my day. How long?
But that's what it is, though. You got to get it out. You got to get it out.
Wow. How long was the process of really understanding a call? Like you said, you got the call and you start acting within the call even before you got the card and got but how long did you really take grasp of, you know what? I might not want to do this. This might not been what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But you know what? God is calling me because I keep getting in the same situation.
Right. That's right. Yeah, right. That is a good one right there. I kept getting in the same situations. It took about 3 years.
Wow.
3 years. And I just really say, God, I'm okay. Okay.
Right.
And when this last time, where the church that I am now, I start visiting them, and God said, I'm charging you. I was like, God, I don't even know those people. How do I walk up to them and let them know that you have charged me to cover them while they're here and be prayerful over them?
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, you know, and I accepted it, and I said, okay, and I went and I did what I had to do, and God let me find out that I didn't know that, you know, when we have our conferences and stuff, that I would be used in that area.
Wow.
To actually cover the woman of God. So he linked me in way before.
Wow.
Because I know, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't give me a chance to be, oh no, because he know that's me. He
Right.
know that's me. I'm a background person. I'll push you from the back,
Right.
50,000 miles. Just don't put me in the front.
No.
That's all. You ain't getting nothing out of me when you put me in the front.
Well, Pastor Watson tried.
He did. I have to give
He
it to
tried.
him.
Here's the mic.
He was a push here. You gotta get on the mic and start praying. What? Okay, but you know, and I'm grateful for that.
That's
though,
right.
Because
Training.
I never would have been able to be where I am now if he had not pushed me and said, "You getting this mic no
My
matter
God,
what."
my God. But
You
that
know,
wasn't your desire.
It wasn't
That's
my
good.
desire.
That's
It
good.
may not be your desire, but when God has called you to it, please answer, please, because the what you're gonna get if you don't answer, it's gonna be bad because you will be humiliated because you'll put you in front of people and you'll lose whatever it is because they'll see that you don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing.
Even though you know, it'll seem like
My God.
you don't know what you're doing,
You know
and
what?
you'll get exposed.
That's what I was getting ready to say because you said 3 years.
Yeah.
And people come on, they just, no offense to people coming off the streets and having the zeal
That's right.
to do.
That's right.
But that is not a place for a novice.
It's not.
Being an armor bearer is not a place for a novice.
The enemy will tear them up.
And we have to tell people the truth.
That's right.
I mean, we so busy not trying to hurt people's feelings.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you have the wrong people
That's right.
at the table,
That's
been
right.
there, done that.
That's right.
When you have the wrong people at the table, it will
that's right.
sabotage.
Sabotage the whole
Oh my God.
thing. And then everybody will get damaged. The enemy just come in and take over.
Been
Take
there.
over.
Take over.
You know, so you can't. And I've seen the devil whoop people.
Yeah.
You know, armor bearers that just come in and women of God or the man of God didn't have no armor bearer. And they just got people because
Right.
they've been there a long time, and they watched them grow. Back in the day, but that still
no
does not make
qualification.
them qualified.
No.
You know, and I'm gonna say this is not a part of it, but just last night, a woman of God, I went on her live. Soon as I went on the live, because you know I'm skeptical, you know I love you, but this right here,
Yeah. Okay.
this
All
right
right.
here. But the woman of God, as soon as I went on, she said, God said, Bridget Dunn, you just got on here. He said you qualified.
Oh, did you run?
I said, come on, how is you even in my mindset? She said, God said you're qualified. And it's your time to show up and show out.
My God.
And I was like, but I thought about today.
It's your time.
But you know, it's hard. But
Yeah.
I've accepted.
That's
I
right.
cried and I did everything, but you know, and that's why I'm charged today, because I have a charge
You have a charge.
to help God's people.
My God. My
and
God.
I have to do it.
And think about it. I'm in Texas,
That's right.
5 hours away.
That's right.
But you gonna text me, call me, or something. You in my spirit. I'm praying. And then when I call you or email you and say, hey, we're fasting on this. These are the scriptures. I don't have to go back and say, did you do it? Because I know it's already done. And so
That's right.
when we go places, we're on the same page. So this is for somebody that have an armor bearer. When you have an armor bearer, you need to be on the same page.
That's right.
You need to call a fast even when nothing's going on.
That's right.
You need to get on the same page with scriptures and stuff. You need to do that.
Yeah.
Because when the assignment comes, you don't have time to prepare.
Yes.
You have to be already ready.
And one thing I want to share with the armor bearers, if you're a true armor bearer called by God, you don't have to worry about a position,
My God.
because your position is made. And if you have to go to your leader and say it because someone came in and they was used more than you, well, and you the one been there the longest, well, that means your heart ain't in the right place. And if your heart ain't in the right place, you can't help your leader, because you standing there supposed to be covering your leader, and you got jealousy in your heart.
In your heart.
And
My
then
God.
you saying, oh, they going to take my place. You shouldn't even be thinking about
No.
anything like that. You should be glad that God has somebody to help you, and you get restored while he using her. And then by the time it come back to you, you'll be back in your place. You have to utilize what God is doing. But because you ain't really called to the calling, you don't know what to do.
Oh,
except
God.
but to stand there and be jealous and miss out on what God is
What
doing
God-
in the whole thing.
My God, that was
You-
good.
You got to. You know, they don't understand. Jealousy is, you can't have that.
That's right.
You can't be jealous of nobody. If God, I ain't jealous of nobody.
Say it
'Cause
again.
I know what God called me
What
to
he
do.
called you to do. Amen.
She can have
Hallelujah.
5 armor bearers, and she'll tell you. I tried to train the ones after I left the church. When I come back, I tried to train the ones that she had. I ain't trying to be that. No. I want to help people. I want you to get the full effect of what God called you to be. And if it's an armor bearer, I'm going to give you the whole 9 yards.
Right.
Because I want to take your place.
That's right.
I want to push you to your place.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what that be. It's so much strife because there's no lessons and there's no teachings.
That's my next question.
Oh, wow.
Is having a mentor important for training?
It is.
Ooh, girl, you gonna roll with it.
It is. It is very important because you have to be taught. You have to know how to sink in. You have to check in and say, have I prayed enough? I ain't have all of that. God,
Right.
this is what God
Yeah,
done.
and he will do
You
that.
know,
That's
and
right.
God, I'm not saying God won't do it because nobody taught me anything. I couldn't find a mentor. God gave me what who I am. But because he gave it to me, I'm willing to give it to others because you have to know what she thinking before she thinking. As soon as it hit. Because if you don't know, you're going to miss out. She going to be wanting shoes and you're going to be trying to give her water.
Come on.
You have to be
Come
there.
on.
You have to be on that level. So you can't be a newcomer and just walk into it because you may have heard about it. It don't work like that.
My
because
God.
you have to know. You have to know when she's not feeling good. You have to know her medicines. You have to know everything about your leader
Yeah.
in order to fully be prepared to take over and cover them. It ain't about toting no peppermints
Right.
and wiping your face when you're sweating. It's more than that, because while you wiping your face, the enemy could be in and stepped in.
That's right.
She need her shoes. You need to know when her feet hurting.
Right.
She got a certain look on her feet when
Right.
her feet ain't her feet hurting.
You know that.
And,
I'm
you know,
already in them
That's
kitten
right.
heels.
You know, you got to know the
That's
uncomfortable.
right.
That's just how prayed up and in tune you must
have to be.
with the leader, with whom you covering. It's not a game. It's not a show, because both of y'all would end up hurt, and the enemy would take over.
And it'll take a while to
It
recover.
take a while to recover, because then y'all trying to figure out where the ball fell.
My God.
Who dropped the ball?
Who dropped the ball?
And
Wow.
it ain't the leader, because it's never the leader, because it's I don't care how the leader feel, it's your charge
Responsibility.
and your responsibility to make sure everything is okay.
My
So
God.
you got to know how to humble yourself up under your leader to calm them down
My
in
God.
order for them to understand. Because if God is in it, there is no wrong in it.
No wrong.
And your leader will calm down and humble to hear, to know that, hey, this is what I had to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This is what I had to do.
Absolutely.
So yeah, every armor bearer needs a mentor.
You need a mentor.
So
Absolutely.
you can learn how to flow. Your prayer life and all of that, that's charged on you. But the flowing and the sanctuary, when they ministering, every armor bearer needs a mentor.
It's like Miss Jackson said, it comes with the spirit of discernment.
That's right.
You got to have
You got to
discernment.
have
And you
discernment.
got to have you have to have one thing about your assignment and your charge. You was an intercessor first.
That's right.
So
That's
you
right.
have to be a prayer
Prayer
warrior.
Got to.
If
be.
you don't like to pray, you don't need
No,
to be on
No, because when the people coming up, and when God give them the leader, say, can I pray for you? Well, when they come, your discernment has to be so high to know whether they coming in a negative and a positive. So when they grab your leader, you have to know when to take their hands off of your leader, because they pulling for the wrong reasons.
Ooh, come on. I know you done did that. You done snatched them off me.
That's right, because they're trying to do things that, they didn't come for prayer. They didn't come for change. They just was they wanted to be in the number. They wanted to be in the line. So they was playing with it.
Mhm.
You was too open to me
Wow.
allow them to touch you, because I don't know what they got.
Absolutely.
What they coming with, what they mind from. So my discernment says that's a no-no.
No. My God.
So I can't let them hug you. I can't let them hug my leader, because they're not on the right mindset.
On the right mindset. My
That's
God.
right. So you have to be in tune to all of this, all of that.
Wow. And we talked about this a little bit. How well should you know the person you assist? We talked about that a little bit, but let's start with the small stuff. When she comes, she know I don't like cold water.
That's right.
She gonna make sure I have Cormex
That's right.
and Halls.
That's right.
She gonna make sure I have those things.
That's right. I buy it
And
on
be
the
like,
regular.
where
I
my
want it on the
slippers at?
regular. That's
Where your
right.
slippers at? She
That's
gonna
right.
make sure.
You have to know. You have to know every inch of your leader to be a true armor bearer. We get people just to tote our Bibles and wipe our face, but we don't charge them for their integrity of their prayer life
My God.
and the life they live in, because you still can't live and be around anybody and everybody and be an armor bearer or intercessor, because you're bringing that in. Because if you open, then you taking in what they giving you, and then you gonna bring it to your leader
You're gonna bring it. That's right.
if they open. So when you come in, and this is what the main thing, when you prayed up, when you come into armor bearer, don't talk to any and everybody through church, kissing on them, hugging on them. You ain't being mean. You're not being mean. But you have to stay focused. And what you got, you can't afford for people to hug on you and pull it, because it's for your leader. You did that for your leader, not for the people. They talking
Wow.
negative. They talking about people.
Right.
You might not have said nothing, but you done put it in your ear
In
gate.
your gear gate.
So you can't talk and be I don't want to change. Ain't about being changed. It's about doing what God has called you to do. And that's a sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice.
And if you ain't willing to sacrifice, you ain't ready to be an armor bearer.
That's the next question. This is crazy because we're on the same page. Wow. What are some of the things that the armor bearer should never do? You just talked about that.
That's right.
And it's like, if I call you and say, hey, I got to go here, and you say, Elder, where you got to go? What time you got to be? you're gonna rearrange it unless it's something that you just cannot do
That's
within your power.
That's right.
But you're gonna rearrange it. But I've had armor bearers say, "Oh, I couldn't make it. They just ain't show up."
Just ain't show up. Oh God.
It's like you just didn't show up, and then when I check you and call you on it, you got an attitude. Well, I tell you what, let's show you how we gonna make this right.
Yeah.
We gonna
But
disconnect.
people think that it's too much. But your leader, when she go to the bathroom, you should never let her go by herself. I don't care what their title is, how anointed they is, and they make them cover themselves. But you always never know how the enemy is going to attack them and who don't have their best interests at heart. They can walk in the bathroom because nobody respects a leader anymore.
They sure don't.
They don't have no respect for a leader. If you see a leader go in the bathroom, why go in the bathroom with them? You know what I'm saying? You just want to be in the bathroom with them so you can say, "Hey, how you doing?" That shouldn't be. Cover your leader.
Wow.
Because some people sneak in the bathroom and wait for the leaders to come so they can ask some questions.
Ask some questions.
And then now you done knocked the focus.
You done knocked the focus.
Because she up in there trying to ask the questions before she deliver the word or he deliver the word. That should not be. That's the reason you should go and be guarded.
That's right.
Wherever your leader go.
Even when I don't speak, you come.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You don't know. If you're charged to be an armor bearer, that is a charge
My God.
that you don't take lightly. That's a life. Just like in the Bible. They don't talk about armor bearing that much. But when the king sat down at her table to drink some Kool-Aid, you're supposed to drink the Kool-Aid first. But see, leaders don't want to be that personal with people anymore. That's too private for them to come to your house. And because even at your house, the enemy is lurking. You can get dead at your house.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy can fix you at your home.
That's right.
It ain't about I don't be in your home just say because, hey, we knew each other from back in the day. I have to make sure you're good.
That's right.
I have to make sure everything is good. Not if you die, that means I ain't done my job.
Wow. That's
because,
good.
It showed where, and I forgot who it was, but when his leader when Saul fell on the spike to die, still in him saying, okay, well, he done killed himself. He fell on the knife too.
He fell on it too.
Because
he sure did.
He felt like he did not do what he was supposed to do as an armor bearer to Saul. So if Saul died, he had to die.
Wow.
So it's serious. Not saying you have to take it back to that, but the life of an armor bearer is serious. But the leaders don't take it as strong and make it important as it needs to be, because that's a connection.
That's a covenant.
It's a covenant. It's
that's
a connection. Right. When you move, I'm supposed to feel it.
Right.
You might say that's too much, but it's not too much. Because you have to know every area that the enemy may come in. I have to know how your day going. I have to call you and say, hey, how you feeling today?
That's right.
Because if you're feeling weak, then I got to pray for your strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a normal day at work.
Right.
I ask you, how you doing today?
It's a normal day at work.
Normal day at work. How you doing today?
That's good. I like that concept.
It's just like going to work. It's a normal day at work.
Yeah.
Taking care of what you're called to do.
Wow.
And who you called to be.
Who you called. Wow, that's good. So what advice would you give to someone that's looking to be armor bearer? And I say looking because there are people that are looking.
They want to be they desire to be an armor bearer. All I can tell them is make sure you are ready for that charge. Because no matter how your leader feels, God is charging you.
Yes.
And if you don't take the charge seriously and do what you're supposed to do, the leader going to go on. But people going to be wondering why you going through. Because you're playing with it. You can't play with it. It ain't something just to do, to just tote the Bible. You're still getting charged for toting the Bible.
Right.
You're getting charged for bringing water. You're getting charged for all of this stuff. So it's more than that. And I pray that the leaders will open their hearts. And connect with their armor bearers on a whole nother level so they can really do what they are called to do, so they won't be charged for something you won't let them do.
Ooh, now that's good. That's a word. That's a word right there. That's a hashtag. Wow.
And that's the seriousness of it, because we can't do what you won't let us
Won't
do.
let us.
But we still got to pay the penalty.
My God.
We still got to pay the penalty.
Wow. That's good. And the last question is, what have you learned over the years of just assisting me? Just me. I'm a lot.
You a lot.
I'm a lot.
Ooh,
I'm just being honest.
you is
I'm a lot. And
You
then
a
the
lot.
thing is, she went with me as I grew. You see what I'm saying? So I was a lot. I'm still a lot. I'm still a lot.
But I got it now, though.
You got it now. You know, I got
But
it
yeah,
now.
but I just learned the sincerity of being an armor bearer. And you brought out the what should I say? You brought out the true armor bearer in me. Because if I was charged to cover you, you ain't make it easy.
Right.
So either I had to submit and get humble and take you as you come
Mhm.
and work with it, else I really was lying about being called
Wow.
and charged. So you made me know what submission was and made me know how to be humble even in our differences.
Right.
I had to know that you're my leader and I'm not your leader.
Right.
But if I humble myself and submit myself unto you, then you'll gradually know how to submit yourself
Oh,
unto me
that's
and
right.
allow me to do what I have to
What
do
you
for
have
you.
to do. Wow. That's awesome.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That is it.
That's it in a nutshell.
Wow. And so I pray that you guys were blessed on today.
Yes.
Listen, it's not too late to share this.
That's right.
Replay it.
That's right.
And if you have any questions that you didn't want to put, hey, inbox either one of us.
Either one of us. And
Just
I-
inbox us and we will
I
make
respond.
sure,
Make sure I
even if you
respond.
need prayer, right?
That's right. Even if you need prayer.
We are here. And so we're on the move. The Take Charge movement is on the move. We
It's
back
on the
at it
move.
again. And so God has some great things that is getting ready to come. And I am so excited.
Yes,
And like
yes.
I said, it's not about me. That's why I'm bringing other women of God. We talked about breast cancer.
Right.
We talked about, we did Help a Sister Out.
Yes.
We did Cinderella. We did college kids. We did
Yeah.
out inner city kids groups. Listen, we just going to be rounded with talking about things that we
Need to
as
take
women
charge of.
that we need to take charge of. That's
Yes,
right.
Yes, yes, yes.
So when we
Glory.
take charge, my God,
Right.
you
That's
just don't
it.
know. So I'm so
That's it.
excited. Like I said, we got a lot going on, and we thank you, and I thank you for tuning in
Yes,
to
yes.
take charge. And so I'm Elder T.J. Watson,
And I'm Sister B.
all right, and you've just been charged.
Hallelujah.
Woo!